This is the trading review for the 14th of April 2022. It's the last day of the week. Tomorrow is a holiday. It was a very tough day, especially for my Camarilla Pivot Points setup. Mm, there was not much that was using the system. Um, I was looking at Twitter, but Twitter gapped up a lot, and it was just way outside the pivot ranges. I was looking at TSM, but TSM sold off. So I didn't have I could have made an entry here, but this is super complicated. You cannot time this drop unless you wanna make an entry and use R4. That's not my style of trading. So I waited for a little bit, but I was super overly confident. I think because today I was trading with my ego more than analysis. I didn't do my morning routine. I didn't have time for that. I was starting late, and I shouldn't have traded today actually. But I'll talk about it on the daily review. So as I said, I traded with a little bit with my ego today. Overly confident. I looked at C. I I looked at C because nothing else was trading nicely, so I picked this stock. The problem with this stock is that it has wide pivots compared to the previous day, and actually they're very wide, so you cannot even tell which where you have the bias at. But it behaved like an outside day pre-market. So technically, you want to trade this for a breakout of R4 or avoid it entirely because this is gonna be a mess. It's gonna be, you're not gonna know from what range to what range it's gonna trade. But we had a rejection of this central pivot point, and then we drop with an engulfing candle. So now that I look at it, it wasn't a really good setup at all. I thought it was gonna be a good setup, but no. I made my entry a little bit extended at the break of the 1 minute, but the reason for that was my overconfidence. There was only one stack down at the bid, so it was a very overly arrogant and confident trade. It was done on the fly. It seems to me we are the 5 minute entry. It's okay, but the 1 minute's very extended, so that's that you can tell right there that I was in focus. So, anyways, I made my entry here for a reversal at R4, which could be fine if this will be an inside day and we didn't have this gap up here when the market opened or in the pre-market. Uh, so um, so you just stopped me out for -1 R, and then you can see the stock breakout at R4. This could have been a much better entry. Maybe get 2 3 partials. That was a smarter thing to do, but I was just a mess today, and yeah, that's my first trade. Um, this this is a D trade, not entirely an F. It was a short. It was an inside day. No bias. It's super extended, so you have to avoid this kind of trade. It opened inside -1. Technically, all of this is yes, but very bad psychological grade. Yes. So broke that. Anyways, after that, continued on that rampage of arrogance and looked at AMD. AMD was a good stock, but it opened in the middle, bounce dropped to S3. We sold off the entire morning on SPY. We actually dropped a lot. So we were in this area, but never offer an entry, never offer a reversal. So we just continue to drop because it's an inside day. I made my entry in this area, And another technical mistake here. This is not a doji. This is a small candle, but it's not a doji, so it's not a strong signal yet. And we didn't really have that much volume, so I should have avoided this trade. I should have waited. It's not like I had a strong level 2 signal to make me just grab it. And I didn't even have a 1 minute break. This is worse than the previous one. At least I had the 5 minute break, but this was done with just super confidence. And the market doesn't care how confident you are in a trade. So that's bad. That's not a good trade. Again, I will give this one an F, because this was even more arrogant than the previous one. This was long though. It's long. It was a long trade. Inside the we had a, what do you say? We had a bullish bias actually, and we opened strong. We opened, well. We opened in the middle. Again, -1 at a level no, not even under compression, not even a 1 minute break, just a 5 minute break. Not at all. No. F. Yes. So no 1 minute break. No doji. So it's two rules broken. Why am I making them negative? So two rules broken. That's disappointing. So one trade on C, one trade on AMD, and then what happened is we rejected this Camarilla pivot point. We rejected this one more time, and I saw that we were not really getting volume to break out from R4. So I was now, but at this moment, I reorganized myself. I realized, you know what, I'm just being super arrogant and taking things on the fly like I'm an expert. So I came back to doing analysis, and I realized that we rejected the Camarilla pivot, the central pivot point right here twice, and we are continuing to reject it. So this is a strong resistance. So we were dropping down heavily, and I noticed that the 9 and 20 were crawling down on the 5 minute. So that's a very bearish sign. And we had another hammer on the 15. So hammer, doji, hammer. So okay, this thing is just struggling to go up. So and we had a stack at 51. So I was, you know what, let's take this last trade. I took it at the break of 51, and at the break of the 5 minute we were under VWAP. So I took it at the break of the 5 minute and at the break of the 1 minute with a stop loss of 51.20. The share size, the R size was about 10 cents, but when I made my entry it dropped 1 cent, so it gave me an R of 11 cents. So we returned here, and then we almost tested my stop loss, and then it dropped, and we were at this level. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna fix my size. So I fixed my share size, and I wanted to get the most out of this trade, right? So and then we dropped nicely. We dropped to this price level, 50.79. Everything went smooth, but then we pulled back a little bit. I wasn't scared. We had to. I knew we had to react from the 20 moving average, but then something happened here. Some bids appear out of nowhere, very close to the current price, and I think they were trying to push the price up. Someone just came and decided to purchase a lot of shares with limit orders. So that scared me, and then we had this nice drop again, which to me was gave me a little bit of relief. But then we pulled back again, and then we were playing between the 20 and the 9. So I decided that if we close above the 20 moving average, then I just get out. But it struggled to drop. I was waiting for that drop, never happened. So we didn't have volume here, right? But then it's a New York stock exchange stock. So New York Stock Exchange stock. So those are very manipulated, very heavily manipulated. So at that point, it wasn't worth it risking more. So I decided to get allowed. But this was an A setup, not an A plus because we didn't have the volume, but this was a good trade. It was an inside day, no bias, inside, and this gave me what? This gave me 1.1 return. Did I add at a level? Yes, but that's not what I mean by add. I just fixed my size, so I didn't add more to my position. Yes, 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 yes. Not really. That's why it's not an A plus setup. I think I recovered well. I did not break rules. No, no. Such a shame that I didn't squeeze more out of that trade, but so a player got in and manipulated the stock, so that's okay. So that's my three trades. It's unfortunate, couldn't squeeze more out of this. One, two, three trades. Two losers, one a winner, but small winner, a small winner. So I'm not very happy about how my first two trades, were handled, but it is what it is. There is a new week next week, so I'll talk more about it on the daily review.